Like every 10 years, there's a rediscovery of myself is what I feel like. And I feel like I'm in that rediscovery phase. Yes.
But there comes a point in time when it's time to shift.
Yeah. It's what I say is it's more than that. It's so much more than that.
Soul.
And the name of my business was So Beautiful. My engine light was on and I was not honoring that in the name of knowing that I have impeccable mindset and grind and grit. But I was ignoring the physical piece. So from that moment on, I made a commitment to myself that I do this from a place of soul or I don't do this at all.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Two Thumbs Up podcast. Dr. Todd here today. Thanks for tuning in. Grateful to see you. Got my friend here, Tina Calandra. Welcome to the show, Tina.
Thank you.
Thank
Happy
you
to be here.
You drove down from where today?
Ogden.
See, now thank you for that. That's a jaunt. I was actually just up this last weekend up in Bear Lake, so we came through Ogden. But
lovely.
We just recently opened an office, a new clinic in Ogden, downtown Ogden, off of 24th and Grant.
Grant with a T. Yeah. Love that area.
So it's like this nice little. We partner with the urgent care there for our concussion pros stuff.
Okay.
But, yeah, it's fun.
That's great.
How long have you lived? How long have you lived up there?
I've lived there 9 years.
9 years.
Yes, always from Utah.
Yeah.
But new to that area. So,
yeah, good.
And I have loved it. I love the variety that it gives up there.
So, tell us a little bit about you, who you are, what you do for fun, for life, for all of those things.
Okay. Well, Tina Calandra. And gosh, that's a big question. So let's start with what's been most current. I just retired after being a hair and makeup artist for 30 years. Absolutely love that career, but it was time to transition to do something different and to be a little gentler on my body. The repetitive physical motion was no longer serving my body. And so it was time. But so I did that for 30 years. The last 10 years of that, I owned a salon up in the North Ogden area and loved everything about it and all that came with that.
You know, one of the reasons I love, and I didn't know that, and one of the reasons I love, well, there's many reasons I love Podcast Day, but Podcast Day is sort of a free fall experience where when you say something like that, I'm interested in what initially that's something I would love to do. Create beauty. Yes.
Yes.
So what do you feel about that? What do you get from that? What from the original? It's like, hey, I'd love to do that as a career. 30 years. Oh, I know what it's like to do something for 30 years. Yeah. I've been doing that too. So
yeah.
But what was it initially, would you say?
Well, it's interesting the way it evolved because initially when I was in high school, I did the dental assisting program through the tech and my big goal was I was going to be a dental hygienist. But after doing dental assisting, I realized I didn't love being in that field.
Yeah.
Most people that go to the dentist are either in pain, about to be in pain, or find it to be a pain that they have to stop time out of their day to go to the dentist. So I did not love how I felt around the energy of it. Nowadays, I've grown into that. I'd be just fine with it. But at the time, I thought, oh no, now what am I going to do? That was my big career plan.
Yeah.
So shifting gears in trying to decide what to do next, I decided, well, I'll do the cosmetology program that they have at the tech. And that way...
What'd you call it?
Program.
The tech.
The tech.
Which was where?
Yes, in Sandy. I
went
in Sandy.
To the
Jordan Tech.
Because back in the day, what did they call UVU?
I don't know. Was it
the
UVU?
Tech? I thought that's what you were talking about.
Oh, okay.
Now it's Utah Valley University, but back in the day, it was a technical school, and so.
And you know what? It may have even been an extension from that they were offering. Yeah. So I decided, well, if nothing else, I'd enjoy learning to do hair and makeup for myself, and so that's what I'll do as my way to make more than minimum wage while I decide what I'm going to do. Well, probably 12 years into doing hair and still trying to figure out what I wanted to be when I grew up. And at that time, there was such a buzz in the world of figure out your passion and what are you passionate about? And I remember being so stumped thinking, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm passionate enough about that I would be willing to do it all day, every day for free. Until I realized, and tears will always come with this story, because it touches that place in my heart that I longed for so long and didn't realize that what my passion is people.
Yeah.
People feed me and I can be with anybody and I just find pure delight in knowing their stories and who they are and where they've come from and what makes them who they are. So then I realized, wow, I am doing the very thing that I was meant to do. And then with that, about 15 years into my career, I reached a place that if I did not learn how to protect myself from the people that were sitting in my chair, I was burning out and I was no longer going to be able to serve my purpose. And so with that, that really started a personal inner work of figuring out that.
Let's I love all this.
Yeah,
this is perfect.
Good.
So there's something you're describing too that you innately have, and it's artistry. Did you know you had that gift? Because creating beauty is an artistic expression. Yes, no matter whatever it looks like. It could be with individuals. It could be paintings. It could be dance. It could be the way God's done it out there or in here, right? So, what is it about artistry? Would you say that you kind of gravitated towards? Have you ever considered that you're an artist?
Well, yes, but not always. I feel like it took many years. For many years, I was probably more in the comparison mode and so determined to get the techniques just right and to just really nail it. And then over time, learning what an art it is, and that what was created was a combination of what was already there and what we had to work with.
So initially, it was the mechanics of it all.
Very much so.
It's like, okay, this is how professionals do this. Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. It's like, and learning all about how to do it and the mechanics of it. And what did that create over time for you?
Well, actually, what that created was liking my career less and less, because it put me more and more into that comparison mode of that it had to look a certain way in order to know how to measure my success.
Interesting. And do you see that? And so as you went through that whole process and like, okay, this isn't really working for me any longer. It literally pushed you towards a different result.
Yes.
And so you got emotional a few minutes ago about what you found passionate about what you do. And as you mentioned that this is a fascinating topic to me, because if one is unconscious, been there, done this, right, to the energies that are around, I absorb them.
Yeah.
Right. And as the absorption happens, it's unconscious because you don't even know I didn't even know what was happening. So that's what I hear you describing.
Yes.
So as you took on that career and 15 years in, you're like, I can't even breathe any longer. Essentially, I'm paraphrasing what I would say.
Sure. Fair. Yes.
So you're like, oh my gosh, I got to make a shift here. You began to take a look at a different part of you. Yes.
Yes. Very much.
So what was that journey and experience like?
Well, what I started to realize that as much as the technique that mattered, it also mattered that I understood the canvas that I was working with, and getting to know people and learning to truly not just hear what they were saying, but listen to what they were saying and listen to what their desire was.
And where did you learn to listen from? For yourself?
Yeah. Definitely learn to listen from being willing to ask myself those own questions, and then just really researching books, programs, whatever I could do to learn how to do that for myself, so then I could be a guide for others.
Yeah. So you literally stepped into, I it's interesting to me that our ears were put on our heads, to me. I know that sounds crazy, and we've talked about this a little bit. It actually, to me, makes a whole lot more sense if my ears were placed on my heart or in my heart. And possibly they are.
Sure.
Because it's interesting how, and I feel like that's part of our life experience, and I'm just go with me here for a second, that to not listen with our ears that are attached to our heads. Because if something comes into my awareness through my ears, it's filtered through my brain. And so my experience has been, as I listen with my heart, my ears actually begin to listen in a different way, in a different frequency, tone, vibration. So that's what I kind of see when what you're saying is that you learn to listen from a different place.
Yes.
And not from the technical, the mechanical. You speak, wait, who is my canvas? What does he or she feel What about them? And so as you did that, what was the result that you experienced?
Incredible the way it gave whoever was in my chair permission to dig a little deeper into what do I really want and the why. So an example, I may have a lady come in and sit down in my chair, and the pictures that she's showing me is a super platinum blonde with lots of layers, lots of volume, lots of body. And her hair is very natural in color, thin and fine. And so there's a disconnect between what it's going to require maintenance-wise and what she's asking for. But then by asking questions, not only do you want your outcome to look like, but what does your lifestyle look like? Oh, you're a mom of 3 very busy, active kids. Your budget doesn't necessarily allow for high maintenance, nor does it allow for the time to spend a lot of time in the salon. So is this what you're wanting, or what is it about this that's making you want it? Well, in her head, from what she's seeing in social media, that's what pulled together looks like. That's what the mom of the year looks like, and so forth. And then just being able to guide them with the why and the what of they're wanting, to be able to say, if we did a few, did a few here and there, does that feel authentic to you? And the magic that happens when they're able to find that combination of what they think they want and knowing what also works for them and honoring who and the stage of life they're in makes all the difference.
And then that gives you clarity.
And that gives
to assist them.
Yes.
In the creation.
Yeah.
So you mentioned something there that I feel like is a beautiful tool. And I call it the art of asking the divine question.
I love that.
So you asked her questions, this individual, and in the moment you ask a question, what does that do for her?
Well,
what does it open for her?
Yes, what it opens is possibilities and permission to be who she is and own that.
And in that moment, the big T word is created between you two.
Trust.
Trust.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. But also in the moment, that is where the magic and the art takes place.
Yes. That's exactly right. It becomes free-flowing information because you had courage enough to say, you're actually the professional here because you know yourself.
That's right.
I'm here to assist or guide, right. It gives me goosies. Like, that is the greatest. Like to literally ask a divine question, a powerful question, a question that's, what would I like to have happen here? What would I love to create with my experience?
Yes.
And in so doing, that relationship of trust is created, and then this information flows between two open, creative beings. That's like, yes, let's create beauty here. That's such a beautiful tool. And we talk about the art of asking the divine question. But it's super subtle. Have you noticed that? It's like you can do that very, very well. And then the person over there in the chair may not even know what's happening.
That's right.
Yeah?
Yeah. They probably rarely do.
Yeah.
They just appreciate that there's been time taken to simply ask the questions. And it's interesting that even though that trust begins with that first session, I can also tell you from 30 years of experience, in that first initial contact, that guest will give me more information than I'm ever going to know the rest of the years that we spend together because of the questions that were asked. And more than the questions that were asked, that space and willingness to say, what is your masterpiece?
And you run a business, we run business. And in the moment you ask the question, you build that trust. You have a what forever.
Yes.
You have a client, patient, partner, business forever. Because, I trust. I just treated this morning a couple people. And the daughter, the youngest, and she's 20-something now, she's having her second baby, and she brought the first one with her today. And I got to hold the baby for a second, and I realized that the baby I was holding was her baby. And the first time I'd ever met her was when she was in a car seat. Aww. And I got to hold her as a baby way back in the day. And I'm like, man, we've all kind of grown up together here. And this family is very dear to me. And it's like, and I just love them. And we built this relationship of trust 30 years ago. And it's just such a gift, a blessing. And I'm only sharing this because I can see the relationships that you've created over 30 years because you got out of your own way. And it's great to know the mechanics of how to do and all the technical skills and great, all that stuff. Yes?
Yes.
But there comes a point in time when it's time to shift.
Yeah. It's what I say is it's more than that. It's so much more than that.
Soul.
And the name of my business was Soul Beautiful. And a little fun story with how the name came about is I've had the opportunity to do some work in the film industry. And I'll never forget a life-changing moment was there was a beautiful model that had been brought in for some work that we were going to be doing and some ads and so forth in a video. And she came in and she sat down in the chair and sincere as can be, she said, "Good luck, make me look beautiful." And I thought, are you kidding me? They went through books and books to choose her. But yet she didn't realize that because of the expectation that then goes beyond that.
Yeah.
That it's not just going to be a beautiful photo, but we're going to have a team of 6 people making her made up and make her look beautiful. And I just remember being heartbroken for her that she really, truly had no idea how beautiful she was. But yet at the same time, that's a reflection of all of us. That was myself for so many years of just seeking outwardly for what it would look like. And so it was that moment in my career that I thought, I can transform somebody. But the true transformation is when they know and own that for themselves. And so from that moment on, I made a commitment to myself that I do this from a place of soul or I don't do this at all.
Yeah.
So. And
was the result different?
Oh, it was life-changing. That is when that pivotal moment happened, that all of a sudden it wasn't just a job. It wasn't just a career. It wasn't just something that I was striving to be my best at. But it was so much more that all of a sudden I was like, this is how people work. This is that answer to what could you do if you never got paid to do it? That's what I realized in that moment is being able to give people that place to authentically be who they are, to realize, remember, and reclaim the divine person that they are.
Yeah, and from that foundation, that grounding, that space, that look what manifested, look what blossomed is passion.
Yes.
You know, because I remember back in the day too, when you got to what? What does that even mean?
I feel like it was meant well, but instead it came with so much pressure.
I'm like, come on, man, multiple strings of income and, bless Steve Covey's heart. But dude, if I buy another planner, I'm going to vomit, right? Like, bless your soul. I know, Steve.
That's right.
Yeah, I know you had great intentions, but you exhausted a lot of us. Right. So, right. Yes. And so, but simply slowing it down, coming from a different place and, recognizing the I am of yourself,
yes,
and going from that space, it shifts everything.
Yes,
manifestation and possibilities and connections and passion and maybe that comes with a life experience.
Sure.
Absolutely, it comes with lots of life experience. I always say to myself, and I've said it to others, the human ego will do nothing until it's tired of its own bullshit.
Well said.
And so when I finally got tired of my own, come on, bro, I began to take a look at it from a different place. And I love the phrase, the kingdom of God is within. And that's, to me, is the ultimate truth, because that's what you're describing. As you took a look within, it manifested outward.
Yes.
And then the result was you built all these beautiful relationships of trust and passion and beauty and artistry and connection and healing. And I mean, throw out some more words, for heaven's sakes.
Yeah, I like them.
So I love that. And so 30 years. Yeah. Now what?
Oh, man, that is the $1 million question at the moment. Yeah. It's a really interesting place to be because I feel like so often when people retire, they are so done. They do not want to spend one more day in wherever they're at. And that wasn't my situation. And so it's a really unique place to be in this space of it's time to do something different, but I have so loved what I've done.
Yeah.
And so really doing some searching right now of what parts do I love? Because I did love doing the hair and the mechanics and the art of it. But really what I loved was the art of that connection and the people that I have the opportunity to be around. And so now rediscovering how does that look now? And I was talking to a niece of mine that's in her 20s, and I was telling her, it doesn't get easier necessarily. Like every 10 years, there's a rediscovery of myself is what I feel like. And I feel like I'm in that rediscovery phase. And now it's a little different because I have, maybe a lot different because I have a lot of life experience now that I can rely on. But at the same time, it still requires that that clear intention of creating it, flashing to Covey. I think it's his...
I didn't mean to discount.
No.
I love Steve Covey.
I do.
Giggling. I love him.
I totally
go
agree.
ahead.
Yes. But I believe it was him that said, fail to plan, plan to fail. And
more planning. But I get what you're meaning.
Exactly.
I get what you mean.
Exactly.
It's like,
and for me, what that's a reminder of is the conscious choosing of what do I want this to look like?
Yeah.
How do I want to
there
design
you go.
this?
Now that's different.
That is different.
To me, that's a completely different come from space.
Yeah.
Because if I freaking have to plan anymore, this is gonna,
explode.
But what would I love to create? Well, I'm gonna do this. And I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this, and we're going to be the greatest concussion program this side of China, and we're going to assist humanity in recognizing and knowing the magnitude of the post-concussive injury. That's what we're doing, right? That's I'm like, that's what gives me passion.
Yes.
But I don't know how I'm going to do it. I have no idea. Here's what I do know. With clear intention.
Yeah.
And pure intent. The universe, God, whoever wants to call that, lays out these little breadcrumbs of intuition saying, hey, have this conversation. Hey, go see this person. Hey, well, what would it look to start a podcast? Well, I've always wanted to start a podcast and don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't even know where it's going to go, nor do I care. It's a free fall experience. And so, plan to, what did he say again, Covey?
Fail to plan.
Fail plan.
Plan to fail.
Plan to fail. But you said something different.
Did I?
What did you say different?
Clear intention.
Clear intention. Conscious creator.
Yeah.
Okay. I love this about me. I love this about me. I love this about me. Okay, God. I'm with you. So that's the free fall experience. Yes. And so back to the original question, where do you go from here?
Yeah. Well, where I go from here is I giggle with that because I'm so right in the thick of that right now that I love this.
Yeah.
And part of where I'm going is giving myself permission to do new things.
I love it.
For example, I decided to do some gardening. I have now learned I want to garden. I'm not a gardener. I don't love it. But boy, do I ever admire a beautiful garden. And I admire the effort that goes into that for those that choose to do that and love that. But I just now in my 50s have learned about myself. I don't love gardening.
That's hilarious.
And so some other different things that I'm giving myself permission to try and do new things.
Yeah.
And that's been fun in itself. And then also part of my clear intention is I feel excited and anticipating what's next, even though I don't have total clarity around how that's going to look, but choosing it with excitement instead of anxiousness. I'm a driver, I'm a doer, I'm a go-getter. And so learning to honor, paying attention to how my nervous system feels is a whole new thing for me. Before, I used my nervous system and my adrenaline and my anxiety to drive me to get done what I wanted to get done.
And what was the result of that for physicality, mental health, emotional health, physical health, spiritual health?
Yes,
what was the result?
Not able to do the things I wanted to do. My engine light was on And I was not honoring that in the name of knowing that I have impeccable mindset and grind and grit, but I was ignoring the physical piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome to the not working, right? So, there's something you described that's very interesting. We've mentioned it before on the show. Is this? It's called, I call it sympathetic overload. Mm-hmm. Your sympathetic nervous system is the fight or flight one. Like you go to college and you get a degree and you get a job and then you got to sympathetic overload, adrenal fatigue, constant anxiety, search for ways to escape from that anxiety. You name it. Well, raise your hand if you've done it.
Been there, done that, mastered it.
So it's proud. Like sympathetic. Well, or
it's part of that life
super
lesson.
Grateful.
You got to do it different. Yeah.
Very proud of myself for doing it different. Right.
Yes.
So sympathetic overload. Yep. But there's another piece. There's another side. There's a part of that goes that actually nature lives in most of the time. And it's the parasympathetic nervous system side. The rest, the digest, the relax. Yes?
I love that we're talking about this because a year ago, I had never even heard of sympathetic and parasympathetic.
Yeah. They're in partnership. They're actually implicit. They're implied. However, our culture lives historically in the last 65, 70 years in sympathetic overload. We've been conditioned to live that way. But it's actually not the natural order of things because nature operates from the space of the least energy expended and allow creation to manifest. Our human ego has done it the opposite. So I love that you're bringing this up because nature operates from a space of parasympathetic. Now, when it's time for the tiger to feed, there's action. That's sympathetic. But from parasympathetic, hey man, I'm grateful to be here today. Yeah. Let's see what happens. There's this. I love Alan Watts, and he always says something like, he goes, "I love how God has come on today." I'm like, oh, let's see what happens today.
Yeah,
and we'll just trust, and we'll take a little action. It's like, have you ever watched? You know what the Japanese tea ceremony is?
No.
It's this perfect parasympathetic thing where it's not about drinking tea. It's about the process of making the tea. And it is artistic. It's like what you do. It's what you do with somebody when you're like, this beautiful model comes in and she says to you, good luck, or whatever she said. And you're like, can I share with you how beautiful you are?
Yeah.
That's a Chinese tea ceremony. That's what you do from this space. That's what I'm seeing is like,
I love that.
It's like, oh, I'm going to take this situation like God does and say, you mentioned gardening, but yeah, well, no, I'm going to let the gardeners be the gardeners. I'm the artist,
That's right.
And so I love that you operate from the the Japanese tea, artistry space, because it reminds me of the whole parasympathetic sympathetic thing. Because I'm telling you, I've made tea and spilled it all over myself, and I'm like burned my hands, and I mean, come on, bro, relax, parasympathetic, Todd, enjoy your tea.
Yeah.
Because I get super heady, but I don't. So tell me what you've learned from that parasympathetic creative space. You said it just came up for you like a year ago.
Yeah. So, gosh, I had like 12 thoughts at one. But learning to give myself permission to learn that the same way I would learn to ride a bike. And that it takes, clear intention and being conscious to choose something different. But I've done it that way for so long that it's choosing something different because I desire that, but also along the way, giving myself permission for it to look clunky, giving myself permission to see what other options are there out there to be able to create that for myself.
So you're saying it's a practice.
It is absolutely a practice.
Like making tea or doing hair or makeup or beauty or business.
Yes.
So as you practice that parasympathetic, trusting base, and you said it's clunky. But when you're in that, have you experienced a rhythm or a frequency or a tone?
Well, what I find interesting is how you explained outdoor and nature that way. I've not considered that. I didn't know that. But in that, I so get that, because that is where I am finding the grounding. That is where I'm finding to operate from a different space.
And how, yes. And so from there, what was your experience with your physical health, your emotional health, your mental health, your spiritual health, your business health? What happened from that as you began to experience this other place?
Yeah. Well, what I'm finding, the biggest gift that it has given me is it's giving me more time and energy to have with the ones I love.
So you're saying it's the cosmic energizer bunny?
Yeah.
If
that's
you're tired,
a writer downer right there. Cosmic. That's a writer downer.
Yeah. So you're saying that you are the cosmic energizer bunny now.
Yeah.
Because sympathetic, literally, it's an adrenal fatigue, a endocrine disruptor, a digestive disruptor, a heart palpitator, a divorcer, all of these things. Yeah, absolutely. But from parasympathetic, my heart beats slowly and powerfully. Oh, I digest beautifully and perfectly. I can actually feel my cells divide. Oh, I love how I breathe air. And to me, it's a completely different experience. And however, to walk through the valley of the shadow of death, and we've talked about this before, yes, well, we have, where you walk through this plane of forgetfulness, this plane of not remembering who you are, and all this, that's actually the teacher.
Yeah.
That's the greatest gift of all.
Yes.
And then to emerge triumphant with power and wisdom, what flows after that?
Yeah.
Gratitude.
That's right.
Gratitude for the experience. So what are you creating in your life? So just, a few little breadcrumbs for us. Like, what are you seeing for yourself?
Well, physically, I am seeing changes and realizing how much health, the very things I desire for my health, realizing that that's how that can be done, and enjoying that.
You're a business consultant.
Yes.
Yeah. So what are you seeing there with being a business consultant now, and Lily, who's our executive producer of the Two Thumbs Up podcast. Yes. Hey, Lily.
2 thumbs up.
She, your marketing and promotions. You're in that world now because it's what you had to do as a business owner.
Yeah.
So what are you seeing with that part of your world?
Well, what I'm seeing is how differently I'm choosing into doing things, such that I can honor myself, but also the other businesses. So, for example, I was asked to do some consultation work with a company, and I went and I met with the owner. And after meeting with her, it was clear it was not going to be a fit. Her goals are unintegrous. And I loved that not for 1 second did I feel like I had to be part of that. And so it was so great to just from a space of confidence and a space of love, but a space of clarity to be able to say, thank you so much for considering me. I am not a fit for you. Here's some resources that may be. And to be able to literally just breathe deep and walk out of there confidently instead of then spend the next several hours trying to figure out the workaround of how I could make it work and all the anxiousness that would come with that of knowing it was out of alignment.
Sympathetic neuroplasticity kicked in. Here I am again.
Right.
Yeah, but now you recognize the difference. So you chose
the
something different.
Yeah. And when I say clunky, when I mentioned clunky earlier, what comes to mind when I say that is instantly being yes to something and then realizing, wait a minute, I get to honor myself a little better here.
Yeah.
And then getting to have those clear, confident conversations with someone saying, I get to renegotiate. I get to cancel. I know I said it would be there.
So what is one of the, if you're just, so here, what would you say is, I know this is a very vague question.
Sure, yeah.
What would you say is one of the most powerful words in the English language? You said yes. Creates a lot of trouble sometimes.
Sure.
So what's another one? What's another really powerful word? The opposite. Yes. Yes.
That's
no.
right. That's right.
The
there
answer
is power in that word.
I hear is no. It's like, you know what? No.
Yes. And I feel like, because that is big to learn how to be able to say no and know that is just as powerful as a yes.
It's actually way better.
Probably. Yeah.
I don't have any more planning time.
That's right.
The answer is no.
Yeah.
Because it just doesn't resonate.
Yeah.
There's no frequencies. There's no vibration. It's a dud. I don't want to dance with duds.
Yeah.
I don't want to listen to dud-like music.
Yeah.
I don't want to speak dud words. I don't want to be in dud businesses. Expansive, open, abundant, free-flowing, possible.
Yes.
So that's the good news. Because I have said yes to the shite of it all. And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And
It's
then,
so wonderful.
Right. And it can be so draining in the name of what?
I know. Of pleasing.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I've also, one of my mottos over the last couple of years was, just because I can doesn't mean I have to.
Yeah. Just because I can doesn't mean I have to. I love it.
Yeah.
Nor will I. Right?
That's awesome.
Good on you.
Yeah.
So it's exciting. Like, life is your smorgasbord.
Yeah.
Right? Like, what are those things called? Charcuterie boards. I learned that word a couple years ago.
But can you spell charcuterie?
I don't even care. But they are delicious. I'm like,
They are.
Could someone ever create such a awesome display of possibilities?
Yes.
So we were again at this wedding. So a couple years ago, Melanie had a birthday, and I don't remember which one. I've been through a few of them with her. And it was her birthday, and I'm like, I'm going to do this thing at the house, right? So called this company, charcuterie company. I called it charcuterie. It's not charcuterie, it's charcuterie. So, and it was like $3,000 for this. I'm like, wait, what? So I'm like, babe, I was going to do this for your birthday, but it's $3,000, and I'm not doing that. She's like, oh, let's do it together. I'm like, well, it's supposed to be a surprise. And so we go down to, these fancy grocery stores, whatever they're called. I don't even know, because I'm not sponsored by any of them, so we won't call them out. But she buys all this stuff, and she creates the most amazing charcuterie. It reminds me of what you're saying, because life is a charcuterie. Say the word. Charcuterie board. And, you got some raisins over here, and you got some dates, and you got these cheeses that are from heaven.
Yes.
And all this stuff. And I don't know, when you say what you're creating, it just reminds me of the charcuterie board. I know that's weird, but you see the analogy?
Yes, and confession when it comes to charcuterie. I never could remember how to say that word.
Oh, good.
And so there was one day I thought, that's it. I am going to memorize this word. So I pulled it up and listened to it. And then all day I just walked around the house. Charcuterie. It's a charcuterie board. It's a charcuterie. So I love that we're having a charcuterie conversation.
Interesting, because I still can't say it.
That's awesome.
Where'd the word come from?
That is a great question. What does the word even mean? Does it mean...
Is it French? No, that doesn't sound French. Charcuterie.
I don't know.
I mean, what would you say? I don't have no idea. I think someone made it up. They made up the word, and that's what we call it. To whoever that was.
Thank you.
You could have chose something different. How about, anyway,
awesome.
I don't know. But yeah, love, this is cool. I'm excited for you and what you're creating and what you're doing.
And I love what you're doing. It is, I love it. It's great.
Well, you don't know. We're just doing.
Well, keep doing.
Yeah, we'll do whatever we do, But yeah, I'm grateful for you to make the trip down here today. It means a lot. I know Ogden's a jaunt, and it's fun to have this conversation and come back sometime, and we'd love to see where you're at, and maybe we open a charcuterie company or something. I don't know, but awesome. They make a lot of money.
They do.
It's like expensive to have a charcuterie board, but I love you. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you. So
Again,
great.
We're sponsored by Concussion Pros, the 2 Thumbs Up podcast. We always like to do this little cheers thing without spilling our water. And we love you. Thanks for tuning into the 2 Thumbs Up, guys. We love you. We'll catch you next time, and be safe and stay healthy. Love you. Thanks.